Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second video of the Go Buster reviews here on the Random Review channel, where we will review anything and everything that is random. Excuse my slurred speech there. Anyway, today's video we are taking a look at GT02 Gorilla Truck and RH03 Rabbit Helicopter. Now, you're probably wondering, why is Ace in this video? Well, because later on we're going to show you Go Buster-O, which is what happens when you form all three of these together. And, of course, as you can see in the background, I have Gorilla Truck and Rabbit Helicopter's boxes, and surely soon enough, the Beat Busters box will be in the background as well. One thing I forgot to mention about Nick in my Ace review is that he's got handlebars coming off of his head. I'm not sure how well that shows up on here, but he's got handlebars like that of a motorcycle coming off of his head. So that when the Buddy Roid is merged up with CB01, Hiromu uses those handlebars to steer the car. Much like for GT02, you've got Kurosaki Banana here, and his face is that of a steering wheel. He is piloted by Blue Buster Ryuji. And then for RH03, you've got Usada Lettuce here, whose antennae are joysticks, and his eyes are control gauges that actually measure the speed, altitude, and all that of the helicopter. In the show, Usada Lettuce, yeah, he's pretty much a jerk throughout the entire series. I mean, he lightens up a little toward the end, but he's still relatively a jerk, in my opinion. And as for Kurosaki Banana, you're going to have to fact check me on this, but as far as I know, he is voiced by G1 Optimus Prime from Japan's Generation 1 Transformers. So, much like G1 Optimus from here in America voices the Optimus Prime from the Transformer movies, so it's not all that surprising if he were the voice of, if the Japanese Optimus were the voice of Kurosaki Banana. Now, let's take Ace and Nick and put them off to the side. We're gonna look at them later. Now, the way I have the helicopter and truck deployed is how you see them in the show sometimes. Reason being is because when you take the helicopter off, there is an actual landing pad on the top of the truck. Now, let's go ahead and put the helicopter and Usada to the side for a second, and actually take a look at the truck itself. The truck itself is actually very nicely detailed. Granted, it's only got 8 wheels, but then again, it's Sentai, so I'm not that complacent. On the side here, and it's actually on both sides, you've got Cheetah Nick, Kurosaki Banana, and Usada Lettuce displayed right there on the side of the truck, and it's actually on both sides, which, consistency. I love that about these Japanese toys. They're always consistent, nothing is like half-assed. And then in the front here, you've actually got 3 lights on the top of the truck: red, blue, and yellow. Again, I love that feature because it shows that they are the 3 main characters in the show throughout the entire series. My only complaints about the truck is that the bottom is all hollow, but that's because this figure completely disassembles. And then the back of the truck itself is also very hollow, but that has to do with his combination with Ace for the Go Buster-O combination, as well as when he combines with Tatagami Ryo. Side note, I have no idea when I'm going to have Tategami Lyo, because right now it is very hard to find one decently priced on eBay. But I'm going to have in the description below, again, more links to the Bolt Matrix videos on how these guys actually merge up, transform, and all that, because again, this is just my personal opinion review. So, I'm going to fade transition, and next you will see this in Gorilla Mode. And here we have GT02 in its Gorilla Mode, and I'm in love with this thing. It is by far one of the more complex transformations of the series, in that you have to take everything apart except for the back. The back stays together, but the front and mid sections come off and rotate in such a way that you get this configuration. And then, of course, there's Kurosaki Banana as his head mode. And I love the detailing on this. You've got the Go Busters logo right there. It is very nice from the front, but from the top you got that gaping hole, and there's a reason for that, as well as it just being nothing in the back. But for the most part, I really dig this Gorilla Mode. It is awesome in every aspect, and what's even cooler is on his shoulder here, these gold bits, they shoot out banana rockets. Banana rockets. So it's got some comedy to it, but at the same time it works. It really does work. The only other complaint I have about this figure, and don't get me wrong, it is a fantastic figure, but the only other complaint I have is the head is so two-dimensional when connected to the body, but at the same time, there's a reason for that. Again, because it has to deal with the Buddyroid itself, so I take it as it is. But that is GT02 in its gorilla form, and again, it is just amazing. So let's go ahead, put him off to the side for now, and pull over RH03 and Usada Lettuce. Now, I already said what I wanted to say about Usada Lettuce, but he's got no articulation in this form other than his antenna moving, and that's because he's got a glaring big bunny butt. Let's put it that way, he's got a glaring big bunny butt. But the helicopter mode, it loses points in the canopy section. So 9 times out of 10 when I'm displaying the helicopter mode, Usada will be joined up. Because that canopy split down the middle like that. It works better in the show because they're able to do CGI and stuff like that. It works better in the show, but the toy aspect, that's where it loses points. But it is a fantastic figure nonetheless. You've got jet thrusters on the side of the helicopter, which I find funny, but at the same time awesome. The feet down here, I'm not sure if you can see that in my light, but they actually have a red and blue light for when it's in flight mode, which is standard for all aviation aircraft. So that's awesome. And then the front here, in the light, these two black bars jutting forward are actually guns, which I find to be really cool. And the other cool feature on this figure is that the blades rotate. So that's also cool. So I'm going to fade transition again, and when we come back, RH03 will be in rabbit mode. Okay, and here we have RH02 in rabbit mode, but where are the rotors, the propellers, that were here in the center? Well, they're right here, and the reason why I'm doing this is because If you get this, there's a special way that they go on USADA lettuce. If you look at the back here, you'll see that they've got special cutouts. Well, that's supposed to match up with USADA's head. So you're going to drop it right down and it will fit just fine, and then you're going to push these back to kind of hide them for when the bunny's facing forward. Now, the bunny mode is cute. Yes, you heard me, I said cute. It is very, very cute. But this bunny also kicks ass. Much like Gorilla here debuted its gorilla form in episode 3, and it pretty much saved the day. Same thing with Rabbit, but in episode 5. It kicked the monster, or the Megazord of the Week's butt, and it just, yeah, it kicks ass. Despite how cute it looks, it kicks ass. It is a really, really nice bunny. It's got everything formed up so it looks like it's ready to hop. And it's just so cute. It's so cute and adorable, and I just want to pinch its cheeks. So, other than that, it's a fairly simple transformation, but on mine, the joints for the whole folding out parts, they're kind of stiff, which is good, because they're stiff to the point where they won't just flop all over the place, but at the same time, they're not stiff enough that I'm not going to find stress marks on my figure anytime soon. So now, give me a second and I will bring Cheetah Nick in here, so you can see all three. And here we have all our current figures in their animal forms. They all complement each other very, very nicely. Whereas the only complaints, as I said before, about Cheetah Nick in his animal form are these bits hanging off the side, but that's because they become his sides in robot mode. But each figure is phenomenal in and of itself on their own, and this is just a fantastic set. When they're separate, because, well, Go Buster O is weird. I love it in the fact that it's weird the way it is. It can just be annoying at times, and you'll see why in just a minute when I get everything merged up. Again, go to the Ball Matrix video to see how these guys actually merge up, because this is just my review. And here we have Go Buster O. It is an impressive, silly mess. And that's what I love about this figure. It is so out there. This is something we haven't really seen before. But it works, in my opinion. Like, it may not look all that cohesive, but it's got arms, it's got legs, it's got a chest, it's got a head. That, to me, makes a robot. Functionality-wise, the only possibility that this thing has is you can raise its arms, and that's it. That's all you can do is raise its arms. And even that becomes a little limited when we go ahead and merge up Great Go Buster later. But the only real complaint that I have with this figure is that you can barely see the face. Like, what's going on here? I can't see his face. Oh no, what the hell is going on? Yeah, that's literally my only complaint about this figure. Let's push him off to the side just a bit. Let me reach behind me and grab another figure of mine that I will be reviewing later. this is just for a size comparison, but here he is next to Ultimate Daiboken. Not regular Daiboken, not Super Daiboken, but Ultimate Daiboken. And, as you can see, Go Buster O just barely comes out taller than this figure here. So, height-wise, this thing is actually quite big. Like, it's got a bit of a jut out of its chest, but I don't see that as problematic. I see that as, yeah, they were just trying to figure out how to merge these things up, and this was the best result that they could come up with. But at the same time, it's a solid figure in that these legs are not going to fall off anytime soon. Not unless the clips holding them on actually break. Because otherwise, these legs just are not going to come off. And that's really cool. It actually clips in place, and you have to pull back on a clip to actually get them back off. So, my final statement, Go Buster O is an okay figure. Separated into its 3 components, each figure itself is phenomenal. And I just love that. Oh, also, the thrusters that were on the side of Bunny, they go on the sword and it becomes a thruster sword. It's silly, but it works. So, to leave this video off, I am again thanking the person I bought these from on eBay, Redckinpa. Thank you so much for this. I am having so much fun with these, and I am glad that you actually subscribed to the channel after watching the Ace review, just so you could see the rest of these in action. Again, thank you so much. You were an awesome person to work with on eBay for getting these to me for a fairly decent price, and I can't wait for my frog to come in. Because as of the time of this video, the frog still has not come in. Well, not yet, and I'm only saying that because it only just shipped out the day before this got filmed. It's Sunday here, so Postal is usually, you know, not working on Sunday, so I'm just patiently waiting for my frog to come in. So, not to sound like a jerk or an asshole, that's just me saying I can't wait for my frog to get in because I'm so excited. I love this line, and I can't wait to show you guys everything that this line has to offer. So, until next time, stay random.